Hi, I'm Terry Quinton with Q2 Marketing Group, and we're here at Access 2016 with Betty Manetta.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, Betty. Betty is the CEO of Argent Associates and the CEO of Assoicates. So tell us a little bit about your techie company.
Oh boy, so Argent Associates actually was started first back in 1998, and it really now has 4 divisions: supply chain, logistics, warehousing. The other division is Pro Argent, which is our professional services, engineering, installation, mostly for mobility customers. So we do a lot of in-building solutions, small cells, DAS, bidirectional antennas. We have G Argent, which is our sustainability part of the house, and there we also do some reverse logistics, so removal, recycling, but really looking at products that are eco-friendly. So lighting as a service, we provide basic power units, harmonic cleansing, so it's a lot of things around that area. And lastly, it's our business solutions, Argent Business Solution, which is really our Internet of Things. It's our M applications, IoT, cloud-based analytics, so it's all those things that we keep hearing everyone talking about.
Exactly.
And Assoicates is a different company, really focused on data center side, providing the whole ecosystem for data centers. So we do a lot of routers, switches, network function virtualization, virtualizing a lot of different components of a network. So those are with the 2 companies. One is more global focused, which is Assoicates, and then Argent is more national focused.
So very diverse.
Very diverse, yes.
Okay, and very innovative.
Yes, very innovative,
Wonderful.
That's right.
Well, today we'll get back to your company in a little bit,
Okay.
but your companies. But tell us, you are the MBE Input Committee Chair for Dallas-Fort Worth. You held this position or started this position in January.
Yes, and it feels like I've been here forever.
I know. So tell us a little bit about some of your goals with MBEIC.
Okay. So MBEIC, what we're supposed to be doing is kind of being the bridge between buying entities and our minority owned businesses. I also act as a liaison into the board, feeding them information about what's happening in the state of diverse companies. And our vision is really to ensure that our members are getting the best and the latest knowledge on everything, right? Because we have 5 industries that are really relevant in this area. So one is professional services, the other one IT, healthcare, construction, and marketing. So in all those areas, our constituents and our members need to really be kept abreast, and so that's what we do. We try to bring out opportunities for learning, opportunities for networking and doing business with one another, opportunities where we're really focused on the board and the buying entities to make sure that they're coming to the table with opportunities for our members.
Fantastic. And you don't do this all alone.
No,
I don't. You have a team of other MBEs. You want to tell us a little bit about those?
Absolutely, I have an amazing team. So I have there's 4 of us, so I'm the chair. Silvana Rosero with a Small Pond, she is my co-chair. And then we have a second co-chair, which is Sylvia Rudolph with Enigma LLC, a marketing company. And then our secretary is Gabriela Smith. She has an amazing international law firm. So those are the 4 of us, and we're starting to really get into some cool things.
So an all-women's team.
And all women.
That means things are happening, right?
That means things are happening, that's right.
So one of the things I know that's happening is you just recently with MBEIC did an MBE to MBE mixer. Why was that important?
It's important because I think that there's an opportunity for MBEs to do business with one another. We do business. Sometimes, you really need to change it up, because some companies just will never get to that corporate level.
Right.
So it's really, how do you engage each other and also form relationships, form partnerships, because sometimes these opportunities are too big for one to go alone. So as you work together, you're creating a network a coalition of companies that maybe can go after some of these big businesses.
Right.
So it really has a three-pronged approach. One is to help smaller companies by the larger companies utilizing services, because it's by those that buy us, right?
Absolutely.
We need to continuously make sure that we are walking the talk. So if we are MBEs, then we should be doing business with one another. Secondly, is working with each other to go after large opportunities, because there are large opportunities out there and we can do it.
Right.
I know we can do it, and so it just developed that nice nucleus. And then thirdly, it's really to utilize the services, because we're good. And so when you want something done, I come to you, Terry. I know, I don't even have to tell you, it's like you got it, and that's because we're Nimblosity, right? We're good at what we do.
That's right. You also then now represent this council at a national level. So tell us how your experience on the national MBEIC has been.
It's been interesting. One thing that is very clear, things that plague us and that are issues here, those are issues across the board with a lot of companies. That's one thing that I observed. You know, sometimes we think we're, oh boy, it's just us. No, you know what? The same issues are happening across other regions, and so what we try to do is kind of help each other, right? One of the things I'm very proud of is that we are far advanced from all the other regions. I mean, we develop things that they're just starting to understand. They have no industry groups, where we did that years ago.
Right.
I think it's the vision of Margot, the board, yourself, what you all have done, that really understands, and just get out of my way and let's get it done. I think sometimes it takes a little longer to move all those people, because everybody has different opinions. And again, everyone has different regional concerns.
Right.
But for the most part, I've learned that we are not alone.
Yes.
And that there are opportunities that we should work cohesively on in other areas, because smart cities coming out.
Absolutely.
It's not just Dallas, it's also Chicago, it's also Atlanta, now Boston is doing that. So I think there's an opportunity for us to make sure that we're at that table, because if we're not at that table, then those opportunities are not going to be there for us in the future.
So you've touched on innovation and technology, and you were just recently recognized as one of the top 100 executives in the country for STEM.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your commitment to STEM.
So obviously, creating the workforce of the future is key to my company, right? As a technology-based company, I need to make sure that we attract the right skill sets, the right people, and oh, by the way, within our community.
Yes.
See, I like to try to keep the jobs here. And so in order to do that, we have to be able to make sure that we have the platform for women, for minorities, to be able to compete in this global marketplace. They're not going to be able to do it unless we get engaged and we start working with them. And so one of the things at the Tech Titans, and I think we're going to be starting, we're looking at STEM and how do we, corporations and business owners, minority and women, are out there promulgating and ensuring that we are lifting our youth, because they're going to be they are our next generation.
Yeah.
They are going to be the leaders going forward. So we got to make sure that we prepare them to go global, because it's going to be a global race.
So part of this also is innovation. So innovation's kind of important, and I know the MBEIC is looking at perhaps doing something innovative in the fall. How important is innovation to us?
Absolutely. Without innovation, I don't think we can continue to grow. And this is an area, Dallas, this region is prime for technology and innovation. And we have all of the skills, we have the companies, we have the capability. We just need to maybe create an accelerator program, a program or something that can help our companies learn to do more or bring their products to the market, right? Because sometimes you have the product, but you just can't bring it to market.
Right.
You know, I have one right now that I need funding because it has to go through FCC approval, and that's $55,000, right?
Wow.
And so everything costs money, and so you need to be able, and we want to get it out there because there is no other product like that.
Right.
And so to me, it's a prime opportunity to us. It's the blue ocean, right?
Right.
Everybody's working over here. You want to create your own new little niche,
Yes.
and be there first,
Yes.
before it gets commoditized, and then you buy it for $1.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So, as a larger MBE, what do you hope this council can do to help you grow even bigger than you are? I know you are one of our leading MBEs. You're one of the fastest growing women companies in the nation. You've been recognized all kinds of ways, so we could spend all day talking about that. But what would you like to see the council emphasize to help large MBEs get even larger?
Yeah, and I think no different than we have some really stellar companies that are already going into the billion place and beyond, right?
Right.
So I think that in order to do that, you need the support from the partners that are part of the council, right? When you have a company that has shown the capability, has the scalability, has the intellectual and the people, the resources to be able to do that have the technology, it makes no sense why you wouldn't. And I think the council has been very proactive in doing that. Coming into a new region, as I did, where people knew me in New Jersey and New York area, all of a sudden you come to a whole new area where, these companies have been here. They started from nothing and they bubbled up.
Right.
And, some of the other companies that have grown may not be in this region, but see their customers are national, so it makes it a little bit easier for them to set roots someplace else. But I think what I would like is continue exposure, continue working and networking, and doing what I do, because I think I love what I do. I am passionate about creating opportunities for everybody, because we're all in this together. And partnering with companies that'll help us all grow, because I think women still have, and especially women of color, still have an issue, and we are not getting to the table as many other non-women-owned companies are. So all I'm asking is let's be fair and let's get them, and if you're good and you perform and you got the capacity and the capabilities and the money, why not?
Go for it.
Right?
Well, I know one of your favorite sayings has to do with pivoting to address the marketplace, and your company certainly has done a great deal of that. I know you started out in telecommunications, but now you touch a number of industries. You might want to tell us about what industry.
Yeah, so you want to go different verticals where there's growth, right? And that's why I always tell these young entrepreneurs, you always have to do your homework. I was just in a school the other day talking to kids, and I said, one thing that you'll always have to do is do your homework. Even when you graduate, even when you finish college, you will always have to do your homework, because you got to know what's happening in the industry. You got to make sure that you know where there's growth and what you need to do to pivot and to be relevant, right? So it's going to take all of us working together. And so for me, I think that you can't stay in one area. You have to, diversify your portfolio just like you do financially. And so I did that. And, the good thing about telecom is that it kept morphing into other things, right? So now it's not, it went from wireline to wireless to apps to software, now entertainment. So when you really think about it, it has really gone the gamut. So I find that telecom was a great platform for me to grow. And now you take the same learnings, the same capabilities, same skill sets, and you apply them in different verticals, because they're all going to be kind of intertwined at one time, right? Where IT wasn't like, for energy companies. Now with the Internet of Things, all this data, smart meters, smart lights, smart everything, you got to have something to capture all that. And I think companies like ours that have been doing it for a few years are really going to stay relevant with some of these other clients.
Well, clearly you have a vision for your company and you have a vision for the MBEIC, and we thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to spend time with us.
And thank you for all your coaching and what you do, because I can't do this alone. It takes seasoned people like yourself that has been there, and you do amazing things. So thank you, Terry, for the interview.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.